It all started with my childhood. Now I look back at things. I grew up in Jordan, so my father was always talking about his house in Jaffa. And as a child, I had to sort of construct Palestine, build images of whatever my father told me as a kid. My father always talked about the 420 villages that the Israelis destroyed, and that number was magic for me. When I came to the first time in my life to Palestine, I was intrigued that the number of villages were 420 villages that exist now in West Bank and Gaza. So I have a mission of protecting the remaining 50% of what has been destroyed.
The restoration of buildings has always been a dream of Riwaq. Because when Riwaq started, we didn't know anything. Not just we didn't know how many buildings there were in Palestine, we also didn't know how to restore them because the building knowledge was lost. So the first 10 years of Riwaq's life were practically experimentation and documentation. But in 2001, when the Intifada started, unemployment rates were very high in Palestine. For us, building restoration is a quintessential job creation project.
Money we spend on a building, 90% of it goes really to the community. They get a space, a nice space. They benefit, they work in it, and they put money in their pockets.
وكيف اندليت على الشغل مع رواق؟
في أبو محمد بكى المقاول الأول، فكان صديق والدي. اشتغلت مع والدي يومين، فعجبه الشغل معه واشتغلت كملت معه. مهم بالفعل مهم إنه في أشياء قديمة تتجدد، تراثنا بضل.
We use environmental material, we use organic material, we use locally produced material. We don't import a new material to make Palestine more beautiful.
After working on single buildings and individual buildings, 60 or 70 projects like this, we discovered it's not enough. So in order to save more buildings and have a larger impact, it was okay, we need to work on a larger scale. We need to save towns as a whole. Our dream is to have these centers alive again.
We came to this village and we found a lot of intact historic fabric, these beautiful historic facades. So we started working on that to make sure that they're not deteriorating. We also introduced infrastructure, electricity, water pipes. And one of the projects we did is also this building. We renovated that together with the municipality, and the municipality decided to rent it out to be used as a restaurant. And so that encouraged other people also to start opening maybe like a falafel shop, a small cafe. So business owners started thinking about also investing in the historic center. This open space, it's used for different activities. Like in the summer, there's this cultural heritage festival. You come for a week and there are shops and kiosks and there's music and it's really beautiful.
I remember many times when we go and they say like, what you are doing? You are crazy. These are dead things, you cannot make them alive. And those same people, I remember them in the inauguration, almost crying. And they say, we got it wrong.
زينوا الحرق تغيرت علينا وأنورت وصلحوا إشي كثير يعني وعمروها حوالينا واللي بيجي يعني مبسوط في حارتنا إنه شو صار فيها وصار عمارة صار إنه فيها أكثر يعني ما
We don't want to neither gentrify these historic centers nor make them museums. We want the people who live there to help them in such a way that they can make use, their children can make use of the historic centers.
Palestine doesn't have any petrol. Palestine only has its heritage. So our heritage is our petrol. It's where our investment should be, and it's where our money will come from in the future. And it's not just for the economics of tourism coming. With the urban expansion happening now, we're losing public spaces. We're losing spaces that are accessible to everyone to go to.
We need a public space. We need a public space because this is the place for community to meet and to make a dialogue and to intervene in their future. Colonization does not take place in territory. It takes place here. If you are free here, nobody can colonize you. And because we are architects, we claim also that space is essential to have this freedom in mind. Space could be a medium and could be a tool to change things.